fight to become emperor. Atahualpa defeats his brother Buscar and splits the empire. At this point, the Spanish arrive, led by Francisco Pizarro.
With cannons, horses, steel swords and crossbows.
Spain gets all the gold, but completely misses the treasure up on the mountain, Machu Picchu. Dreams, dreams.
Sueños, sueños.
Some vivid,
Algunos vivos,
some no,
algunos asquerosos,
some prestige.
algunos pristinos,
Most changed,
más cambiados,
never the same.
nunca lo mismo,
Unwillingly unknown.
inconscientemente desconocido.
It's all just a game.
Todo es un juego,
A window,
una ventana,
a door,
una puerta,
a defense,
una defensa
or metaphor.
o metáfora,
Chains,
cadenas,
or cell,
una celda,
heaven,
cielo
or hell.
o infierno,
In between,
entre medio
or way too far.
o demasiado lejos,
Just out of reach.
fuera de alcance. Sueños, sueños.
Elizabeth, the second child, the second wife of King Henry VIII, is a teenager. Her mother was beheaded when she was just 2 years old, and she was imprisoned by her sister, Queen Mary, a Catholic.
She might have had a very unsettled childhood, but she speaks English, Latin, Italian, French, and Greek, and is the best educated woman of her generation. She is 17 years old.
Less than 10 years later, she becomes Queen of England at age 25.
Undesirable evidence!
She's a Protestant!
A heretic!
She's an illegitimate child!
And therefore cannot rule!
She is excommunicated, that pretended queen.
I am the Supreme Governor of the Church of England.
Who will she marry?
Who will succeed you?
Nominate heir! Mary!
It's not convenient.
She's irresponsible!
She's a virgin!
She's not a woman!
I don't need a man's help to govern.
Oh my God. She's sleeping with Robert Dudley.
Scandal!
What about François Lucas Ange?
My fraud. Marriage is an aspect of foreign policy. Maybe we can get against Spain.
She remained the Virgin Queen of England's golden age, and although she didn't like war, Elizabeth I became famous for one of the greatest victories of British history, the world's defeat of the world's greatest ships, the Spanish Armada. France. Victor Hugo is 13 years old. Summer throws a rock at his knees, so he stays in bed for weeks. So he reads and reads. A whole collection of tragedies by the poet Voltaire.
1817. Victor Hugo is 15 years old. Poetry saves him from dullness, distress, and despair. And in just 3 years, he tries every possible form of verse. Odes, satires, epistles, poems, tragedies, elegies, idols, translation of verbal, fables, romances, charades, enigmas, and even comic opera.
3 years later, he writes a poem about the assassination of the Duke of Berry, who was the last hope to become king, because the king of France had no children. If they didn't have a king, they could have democracy.
King Louis XVIII himself recites the poem, and Victor Hugo becomes famous overnight. He is 18 years old and becomes the greatest writer of his time.
Later, he gets involved in politics. He even wanted to unite Europe, but he is most famous for his book, like Undesirable, about an innocent man put into prison for life.
Yes, it's our sons, young, happy, handsome, flawless of the coastal tribes, proud of our nation. We have just finished a ritual that promised them money. But I am here to tell you that it's an empty, illusory promise, a promise that could never be fulfilled. For we the coastal and all the black South Africans are conquered people. We stand in our own country. We tenants in our own soil. We have no strength, no power, no control over our own destiny in the land of our birth.
First, I thought he was wrong and ignorant. Where's the party? But in a few years, I will become a lawyer and fight with my life to change this reality.
1935, Senegal. Leopold Sédar Senghor, poet, philosopher, statesman, coined the term négritude. In response to racism, he founded
is shared by African and all members of African diaspora. Be proud of it, develop it, express it, offer it to the world as part of our universal human heritage.
your boss.
Move. 2 by 2. 2 by 2. Move.
We are not cattle.
Silence. Job. Go on. Go on.
Job, go on. Listen, this is not Johannesburg. This is not Pretoria. This is Robben Island, and we're talking no insubordination here.
Look, man, you're not fooling around. This is the last warning.
You have your duties, and we have ours.
Never talk to me like that, boy. Here, I'm in charge.
You so much as lay a hand on me, I will take you to the highest court in the land. And when I am done with you, you will be as poor as a church mouse.
How can we turn this into our advantage?
The prison guards are as much prisoners as we are. They have to be on this island night and day for 10 days every 2 weeks.
We have got it. Know them. We need to learn their language. Let's look ahead and realize that we are at war. Even if we end up having reduced South Africa to ashes, and one of us is victor, your side or my side, it doesn't matter. At the end of the day, we will have to meet and negotiate or accept the surrender. And that moment will be determined by the way we treat each other now. So don't for a moment say, I'm in charge, you're the prisoner, and I can do what I want. You can't. Because what you do today and how you do it will shape that moment when the truth is arrived at.
Robben Island Jail, South Africa. Mandela turned jail and time behind bars into a university. Prisoners and prison guards learned to read, write, and even got master's degrees.
Our common culture text was not the Bible or the Quran, but
Shakespeare!
Oh, pardon me, thou fleeting piece of earth, that I am meek and gentle with these butchers.
1969, Guatemala. Rigoberta Menchú is 10 years old, becomes dumb. We, her parents, tell her,
You have many ambitions, but you won't have the opportunity to realize them.
Their life will not change. Hunger, work, debt, poverty, suffering.
You have worked very hard to help the family since you were 3, taking care of your brothers, working in the plantation since you were 8. You are no longer a child. You are not a woman.
From now on, you must contribute to the common good.
I will serve the community in exchange for being accepted into it. Now that I am 10 years old, I can pay 40 pounds of coffee a day. When I was 8 years old, I paid 35 pounds of coffee a day and earned 20 centavos.
20 centavos is way less than a penny. Today, coffee costs for $1 per pound in the world market. They tried to organize workers, but they all spoke different minor languages and could not speak Spanish. Her parents and brother were killed in the struggle, but in 10 years, the world heard her voice when her book was published.
Me llamo Rigoberta Menchú, y así me nació la conciencia. I, Rigoberta Menchú, and how my conscience were born.
Words are weapons.
Palabras son armas.
Words can hurt just as much as brute force.
Palabras pueden hacer daño, tanto como una fuerza bruta.
So can the course of your voice.
Tanto como un impulso de tu voz.
Fight with your hands, with your mouth is your choice.
Pelea con tus manos o tu boca, es tu decisión.
Words can be used for personal gain.
Palabras pueden ser usadas para ganancia personal.
Or hurtful words can burn inside you like fuel and propane.
O palabras hirientes pueden quemarte adentro como combustible y gas.
Just as a war can take out an army.
Tanto como una guerra puede sacar un ejército.
So can the course of your voice.
Para que pueda el curso de tu voz.
Fight with your hands, with your mouth, it's your choice.
Pelea con tus manos o tu boca, es tu decisión.
Fight with your hands or your mouth is your choice.
Pelea con tus manos o tu boca, es tu decisión.
1982, Dominican Republic. My mom is 17 years old. She is a pure A honor student, 98 English readings and 96 math. She is offered a full scholarship to anywhere in the United States. Harvard, anywhere, as long as she went to New York after college. Instead, she goes to the US where she meets my dad. She's from the poorest side of New York and he is from the richest family, but they are equal in love, and they had us, me and Justin. 1990, South Africa. After 27 years in prison, Nelson Mandela is elected president. It is the first time blacks are allowed to vote.
1992, USA. Speaking president to president, Bill Clinton asks Nelson Mandela, the great politician, about what he thought of the 27 years in prison.
You invited your jailers to your inauguration. You put your prosecutors in the government. But tell me the truth. Weren't you angry all over again?
Yes, I was angry. They take
away from me except my mind and my heart. I decided not to give them away. I was a little afraid. But when I felt that anger well up inside me, I knew that if I hated them after I got outside that gate, that they'd still have me. But I wanted to be free, so I let it go.
The young 500-year-old culture of the Spanish invader wanted to eliminate the memory of my culture, the Maya, a culture that was thousands of years old. Yet 500 years is nothing. It takes a lot longer to destroy ancient culture. Cultures have roots, a heart, a meaning. The eyes of the world are on Guatemala. It's time for people of this country and for the people of all races throughout America to forgive their differences and begin to live in a cooperation so there will be no more killing.
New York, 1996. I am 10 years old, and my mom takes my 8-year-old autistic brother to join Deaf Dance Drum Workshop, where he becomes an amazing drummer. I joined the company a year later. It becomes a big influence on my life. A company for differently abled, deaf, autistic, hearing, those with Down syndrome, those in wheelchairs. Together we make things that come from us, from our love of ourselves.
Jamaica. I am 7 years old. It's election time. The government has made promises just to get votes. Promises are broken. Gas prices gone up. People go wild and the police shoot. We are at my uncle's house, outside of my uncle's house, swinging on swings. All of a sudden, a guy in front of us goes on. Politics has entered my home.
2000, New York. I'm 7 years old. I started reading Edgar Allan Poe. I used to go to the library every day. I read almost every book he ever wrote. He gave you the flow of music. He managed to tell a story like every word is mine. I didn't get it all, but it was deep. But whatever I didn't understand, my brother, who was 9 years old, was said.
The internet has an answer for everything. Go on Google and put whatever you need. Quotes, whatever, and it'll give you an answer.
I read all of Poe by the time I was 9. Then I read more Shakespeare. Love and Death, War and Death. I found out what it was like to write Hamlet. Taught me about the darkness, the pain, the way it moved, flowed. I wrote from gospel to gospel. Death, dark but not death. Pain but despair. Haiku but emotion. Sonnets with flow. Regular verses, it was just me. Rap, traditional. Stanzas, just every day. Plays, I just started. Even old time, Elizabeth would write. Shakespeare.
My friend is unfairly accused and locked up in jail because the lawyer given by the city was no good. I decided that I will become a lawyer so I can defend people's rights.
New York. My 15-year-old cousin commits suicide.
Undesirable evidence.
Is the enemy out there or inside? How does a world of lies hold any truth within its grasp? How can we live when every breath of air we take forces us to gasp? It's easier to mistake death for life and day for night, to fall frightened in a self-enemy fight. It's less challenging to mess with a love that was meant to be, for the blind to see the pain and suffering. It's easier to put together a shattered heart, and for living and dead lovers to no longer be apart. For the stars to align, giving hope to all, to jump off and never fall, to tie it around your neck and let go, not letting anyone know about your inner foe, to hang there and not be able to yell or scream, to watch the sun slowly fade until that last beam slowly vanishes, disappears into the night and darkness of death, where questions of how and the why are left, where hearts are crushed and more questions are asked and unanswered, remaining in the mind, no longer able to speak, where the road to life and happiness is just too steep, where it's too late to apologize and wipe away the tears, where life is taken away by depression and unknown fears. No matter how hard life gets, it's not worth doing something like that over again.
December 29th, 2007, New York City. I bring a son into this world. He has come out of me. He's mine. And I take the step from being a lady to becoming a woman. My son depends on me for everything. Most of my life, I struggled with myself, my confidence, my education. I always put myself down. I overcame a lot. It happened when I started going to Westside High School. Before that, when stuff got hard, I just shut down. I kept it by within. I gave up a lot without even trying. I had to find the courage to ask for help. Here I am trying to get my diploma. Study, Mandela said. Like him, I know I am a part of something bigger than me. I don't feel embarrassed anymore. speak out, to ask questions. Now I am a woman by handling my business.
Your mouth. It's your